Yeah, look, I've already talked in various videos about how I feel Karen, the whole thing at the salon was a setup. I've already talked about how her little speech to Zach in the back office was just an act. I feel like, it was set up for the eventual hug, kiss on the cheek that, was shown in the photo. But something else to talk about is the vibe of that entire scene. Most importantly, the background music. Going off of what DeVal said on the Sherry show in the interview about how by the end of the season, everybody's relationship dynamics will have changed. Nothing will be the same. I wanted to kind of dig a little deeper into the scene of the salon because part of me goes, despite it being a setup, in my mind anyway, do you think everything was kind of a ruse or a plan by Karen to kind of see if there was anything still there between her and Zach? For me personally, I feel like she was trying to drum up old feelings through little things. Like, for example, not responding to the text by saying, "Oh, I thought I hit send." Oh, let's not forget that's something that you would always do. Going to the back office. Something that, Zach clearly didn't want to do, but two reasons I feel like that was to drum up old feelings. Number one, Karen telling Zach what to do. Come on, Zach. Look, I don't think we should. Zach, come. Because, she's used to doing that sort of thing. Then when they finally get to the office, oh, that's the place where they had sex last time. So it's a situation where you have them going back to the scene of the crime, so to speak, where, quote unquote, they created their baby. Then you have Karen being so nice and agreeable. Maybe this is the Karen from when they first started dating. Because remember, Zach told Fatima, like, when she let him first come to her apartment, that, hey, I'll hold you down. It's like, look, I don't know about this because, my ex, she was just like you when we first, started dating, but then things got crazy. So I feel like Karen is kind of, initiating, oh, okay, Zach's engaged. He's moved on, but let me go back to how I was, the Zach that, or the Karen that Zach knows from early on to see if I can, get him back. I mean, when she mentioned the letters and Zach rightfully pointed out, look, man, they ain't changed you overnight. No, they haven't. But, it just made me realize that life is short, too short for, this. And then she pointed between them two and, between her and Zach as in, life's too short for this thing between us. And it's like, well, there is no thing. Zach has clearly moved on. He's made that clear for seasons now. You're the one stuck in this rut, constantly trying to get him back. So, also, I gotta point out, maybe it's the beard, but the way, Zach has been looking and how he's been, acting lately is giving me Benny from the Haves and the Have-Nots vibes. Not as dumb as Benny, but, it's just, I don't know. But in any case, I just feel like when it comes down to it, Karen is just trying to drum up old feelings with little things. Like I said before, going back to the office where they had sex, acting cordial and polite, just kind of being passive, like, well, okay, well, congrats on being engaged, but I think we should go out there. I got a client and whatnot. And, just kind of leaving Zach in a state of confusion. It's like, wait, is there something there? I don't know. But like when he was heading out, oh, let's hug, and then kissed him on the cheek. Notice that after that kiss, no words were exchanged. Karen no longer acknowledged him. She basically went right back to her client, said, hey, I'm sorry, and then went back to doing her hair. Didn't look up at Zach at all. Zach was left with a stunned look on his face, and then Pam was like, Fatima's gonna whoop yo, and then, that was pretty much it. So it just feels to me like Karen is constantly trying to get Zach to remember the good, back when they were good. But like I said in another post or something I did online over the weekend, I said, when Karen was calling Zach to go to the back office, like, come, I feel like that is another signal that these two wouldn't work out. Zach made it clear he was only there to drop off the documents. Zach made it clear more than once he didn't want to go back to the office, but Karen insisted that he did. It didn't matter what he thought. It didn't matter how he feel. He was supposed to do what she wanted, which goes back to what I said in a couple of videos I recorded it, before this one. Karen will always see Zach as that lovesick puppy that will, act up every now and then, but once he comes to his senses, he'll be crawling back to her for forgiveness. It doesn't matter how much money he has. It doesn't matter how successful he is. In her mind, she's always going to run the relationship because she had to for 3 years. He's always going to be that bum that always messed up. I mean, when it came to Zach coming into the money, I don't even think she would have believed in his dream to, start flipping houses. It wouldn't have happened. She would have always controlled it. Heck, remember in the season 3 mid-season finale when he came over to deliver the $72,000 check? As soon as he pulled up and came into the salon, she was like, don't blow your money. Like, is that car a bit too expensive? Oh, wait, never mind. It's not my place to tell you what to do with your money. But, yeah, I know. But, yeah, I just, want to advise you not to spend it all at once. Again, I don't think things would have worked out if they would have stayed together or got back together. She would have constantly put him down. It didn't matter what he did. It didn't matter what kind of idea. Like, for example, if he came to her with the whole housing flipping thing, all she would have done was constantly bring up all the time, well, remember when I gave you $5,000 to start that, this business, or I gave you $3,000 to start that business, or get rich quick scheme. All of them just, failed, and I wasted all that money on you. She would have been doing the same thing now. It wouldn't have worked. Karen doesn't know how to let go. Karen is trying to get Zach to cheat. Basically, once a cheater, always a cheater in her mind. So because he kept cheating on her, even though technically when you think about, and I've already discussed this a while ago, it seems that every time Zach stepped out on Karen to be with another woman, that only occurred after they would have a big fight and they would break up. Somebody told me that DeVal said that he did, or Zach did cheat on Karen. But, if they were taking breaks or they had broken up after a fight, those were just hookup / entanglements, as opposed to, oh, we're still together, then Zach messed around with someone else. So I really don't know what was going on with that. But regardless, what I feel is that we really need to see what is going to go down in Wednesday night's episode, because I do feel like Karen set everything up in a way to, drum up old feelings, to see how Zach would respond to certain things. Heck, even by his puzzled look after being kissed on the cheek, it was like, wait, what was that about? He's not feeling it. She's just trying to leave him discombobulated. That's all it is. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I think Karen is trying to pull a Belinda to quote unquote test Zach and get him back. He's clearly with Zatima, but she's going to do whatever it takes. Like, for example, when Belinda tried to come on to Zach, she basically acted like he was the same Zach from when they hooked up before, when they met at the airport. Zach has changed. It's not a full transformation, but he is mostly a different person now. Deep down, he's the same, but I think at the core, he's doing his best to not resort to his old ways, but everybody around him doesn't like that. They keep reminding him of who he was. So let me know what you think. Do you think Karen is just trying to seduce Zach, drum up old feelings, see if he can leave Zatima to be with her? Let's talk about it in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in the next one.